Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're putting in some downspout drains here in the front of this house. It's going, you can see our trench going all the way down through. Found a couple sprinkler lines, very shallow. Gas line, very shallow. But we're tying into a storm drain right over here. And we've already found that pipe in this trench. And we'll dig and tie into that right here. A lot of roots in this yard. Trencher made pretty quick work of it. But where we have to hand dig, down here by Telly, this takes a long time. There's just so many roots in the ground, and we're crossing that gas line again, so we have to be very careful, and it just takes a long time. But I tell you what, it's nice that they marked the area for us, even though we found the gas line not where they marked it. But our downspout here in the rear comes around the corner of the house right there. Down this trench, you can see all the cable wires, and here's that gas line. This actually probably went to a pool in the back. The pool's still there, but I believe that they've disconnected that heater from the pool. And here's the locating line, and here's the caution flag. And you can see, if you can see my hand here, this is only about 6 or 7 inches deep down to that gas line. So, you know, when you're digging, everything should be marked, and you can see here's a marking for the gas line, which is supposed to turn and go behind that bush to the gas meter. Move your foot, Telly. But here's the caution flag on top of the gas line, and here's the locating wire for that gas line. So we know that the locators were way off. Thank heavens they were. At least we've got our main trench dug over here on the side, but this is a tiny little gas line, and it might go to the pool supply. On this side of the house, we're actually running thin wall PVC, and that is because the line is very, very level. And what determined that was where we are attaching to the storm drain out front. We will run corrugated from the downspouts, the laterals. We will run the corrugated over to the main line, which is PVC. When you have a very level trench and a very large roof, you can see how much water we're bringing down from those downspouts. The main line will always begin at the rear downspout. You can see the PVC going down into the ground. The laterals from the downspouts here on this side will be corrugated and attached to the PVC. On the back half of the house, we're going to attach into that riprap channel drain that they've made in the back. So we're going to go ahead and trench all the way from that riprap, that's that 6-inch stone, all the way back to the house. This side has really good fall. A couple of low spots where we'll add some catch basins, but this side's got really good fall. Corrugated works great. Both these pipes work great, but on this side we are running corrugated. We're going to run the trencher through this natural area. This has got a lot of roots, and you know, if you do this yourself, I really recommend that you get a trencher. It makes life so much easier when you're doing these jobs, especially by yourself. I've got a great crew, and it doesn't take us long. It took us 2 days here, but we put in nearly 460 feet of pipe altogether. Tunneled sidewalks, things like that, attached to the storm drain. These things take a great deal of time, and sometimes it is better to call, you know, a professional out to do the job. You'll notice on this side, the downspout behind me, well, we added another downspout from the upper roof and brought some of that upper roof water down so that it would drain off of that big roof down through this downspout and on out through the trench. I know that's a little confusing, but when it rained hard, the upper roof needed more downspouts. It needed a way to get the water off of that upper roof faster. So adding a downspout, pretty easy to do, and we added that. So we're trenching this line. This line is very important, and you can see there's a guy digging over there to the left side. He's actually adding a catch basin because the driveway slopes back towards the rear of the yard, and what happens is water pools up right there at the corner of the driveway. The term is negative grade. In other words, the driveway can't drain naturally out to the street. So we can solve that by putting a catch basin there. But again, if you're going to do this yourself, I really suggest that you rent a trencher, $100 for the day, and you'll knock this out. At least get the trenching portion of it done where you're able to lay that pipe, and then you can work on covering it up after that. Back here in the natural area, it's really wet. So we decided to add another catch basin back here, as well as some gravel perforated pipe. Some people call that the French drain, and that'll help collect all that low spot, the groundwater itself from that area. One more lateral, and that is from the driveway, as I talked about, that negative grade where the water just sits there. We're almost ready to lay pipe. So here we are in the back of the house. You can see we're going to attach this downspout. Line comes out under the walk. Our trench goes all the way out to the back to a little riprap stream. Paul's digging a trench over here from the driveway. You can see all the dirt on the driveway right here. Water just pools up right here, so we're going to put a catch basin in here and the line will tie into the main line. Back in the back there, we're going to put another catch basin because by the trampoline it's extremely low and water's been pooling up back in that area. Pretty straightforward. No sprinkler lines in this one except for right here, which we've covered up with the soil just from the trencher. Once the catch basin is set to the proper grade, you can go ahead and use your corrugated. Just unroll it and you'll be able to slide it right over to the main line. Once these guys finish digging this last little bit of the trench, we're ready to pretty much backfill and we're done. Apple drains. This is day 2 on this install. Pretty much just covering it up. We've got all our pipe installed and you can see we've got our sod back on the trench, and this line actually connects to the storm drain over here, and there's a 4-inch pipe down in there, if you can see it, that we tied into. But should work really good. But raked it up, it looks pretty good. Sod's not real strong, but should be good. Connected the downspout drain over here, coming from his roof, across. Repaired a sprinkler. Still have a little bit of sod to put on right here. And cover up this trench a little bit more here in the back. We also re-secured the downspout, which had been laying off to the side. And we also put hoses here from his pump. This one is actually to discharge the whole pool, and this one comes from the backwash. And so we just kind of made a little adapter for him. Didn't really charge anything for that. Downspout secure. Nice connection. Just need to cover the area up. We also secured another downspout from the second story. This comes down to this gutter, comes across. And here's where we made our install. We tied into the line right here. Came under the sidewalk. Put a little tiny drain over here to help catch the water that's pooling along the walk. Also, a catch basin over here, much larger size, to pick up the water that's coming off of the drive. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.